Levels.
Levels.
So did you see that thing that Danny sent us this week?
You're gonna have to be more specific. He is a prolific provider of content for us.
Toddler 401k. Yes, he is. Okay, yeah, it is perhaps, it was peak Talking to Todd. It was possibly the most Talking to Todd content available on the internet this last week.
Okay. Once again, you're gonna have to even be more specific than that.
The Taylor Swift Def Leppard mashup.
Oh, that. Yes, he did send us that. Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah, that was Nashville in 2008. Taylor was 19 at the time. I got to say, she doesn't look a whole lot different now. It's like she's hardly aged.
Well, if you look at that too, it also, Joe doesn't look any different either now.
So he hasn't aged a bit either?
Well, sort of, but not how you think. I mean, for some reason, he looks 66 back in 2008.
Oh, must be all that clean living. Hi, toddlers. Welcome to Talking to Todd, a weekly podcast with Dwayne Johnson and Todd Prinz, where failure is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. It's temperature's starting to come down here a little bit, so I think we're moving out of the peak of summer, and yeah, so you can go outside in the summer or in the afternoon and spend some more time outside. So that's pretty good.
There's a high of 73 here today. It's 62 out right now. It's really nice.
I don't think our low was 73. We live in different places.
Yes, we do. Let's see. Should we do some feedback, follow-up, and updates?
Yes, let's do that.
From toddler number 1.
Yep.
She laughed pretty hard at the Space Cowboy stuff during the listen. She laughed pretty hard when she was a party to it to begin with.
Okay.
And then she also thought it was still funny when we talked about it on the pod.
Yeah, to be completely honest, at the end of it, at the end of the show, I had some notes, and then I went a different direction because I was like, what I meant to say there was, oh, and here's their lineup. Batting first, I'm assuming it's Clint Eastwood. Playing short is Donald Sutherland. Tommy Lee Jones is batting cleanup, and James Garner is starting pitcher or something. Like, if you're really going to lean into the Space Cowboys, like, forget naming somebody Maurice. Like, go all in. Like go all in.
Danny Glover. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Some of my favorite Cowboys. Brian Dennehy. Brian Dennehy was one of my favorite Cowboys.
Okay. All right. So I was going with actual Space Cowboys from the famed 2000 movie, though.
Was there a movie called Space Cowboys?
Wait, I have movie. You're not clear about Space Cowboys from 2000? Oh, okay. So in 2000, here's the blurb. When retired engineer Frank Corvin is called upon to rescue a failing satellite, he insists that his equally old teammates accompany him into space. Retired astronauts have to get called in to go fix a satellite from back in the day. And so Clint Eastwood, who is Frank, then gets his buddies, Tommy Lee Jones, James Garner, Donald Sutherland. They strap into the shuttle. They go up to go fix a satellite. And things aren't exactly what they seem.
I may need to, is this on Netflix? I may need to go watch this. I don't remember this movie.
It's got space in it, so I saw it.
I'll believe that.
Now, just real quick on that one. That came out in 2000 when Clint Eastwood was the old guy. 25 years ago, he was playing the old guy. Yeah.
That would have put him at 66. Anyway, Let's see. What else did we have? David Batchelder, toddler number 6. Tell Todd I'm mad at him about the Bills content.
As you should be.
That's right. Yep. I'm like, you can tell him yourself. You've got his number. He did not have your number.
Oh.
I thought I would have sworn that there was a text chat between you and me and him and Danny when we did those 2 episodes. And yet,
guess not.
I couldn't find it. So
and yet I've got his number. 6.
They went to table 128, which is a local restaurant, for dinner the other night, and he ordered the Space Cowboy. Todd, you want to know what's in a Space Cowboy at table 128?
I would love to know.
Rittenhouse rye, beet, raspberry, Thai basil, and acid-adjusted grapefruit. Apparently the grapefruit was doing LSD.
I was going to say, my question is when you say acid-adjusted, are you making it less acidic or more acidic?
I don't know. None of the house cocktails at table 128 really jumped out at me as anything that I was really interested in. I made them. Last time I was there, I just had to make me a regular old fashioned. Let's see, what else came from David? Seems like there was one other thing. Oh, we'll get to it later in follow-up.
Okay.
Michael, who I play golf with, toddler 818, would like naming rights for ToddCon 4.
Okay.
I said, anything's for sale. I mean, we're still taking sponsorships. So, but he wants it to be ToddCon 4 Ghost Protocol.
Ooh. Here's the thought. That may mean I don't have to show up.
So you can Torbert ToddCon.
Where's Todd? He was here. I thought he was here. He ghosted us. I see. Well, more pie for us.
Did you have any feedback?
I did not. No.
Did you have any corrections?
Nope. No corrections on this side.
Under follow-up, my nephew sent me a note about Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy.
He's a man. He's 40. He's way older than 40 now, but yeah. Friend of the show, Mike Gundy.
Yeah, right. Yes. So Will sends me this article. Gundy calls out Duck's budget.
So Oklahoma State,
yes,
played Oregon,
yes,
in the opening weekend of college football. I believe Oklahoma State lost to Oregon. And after which is it that Mike called out how much money Oregon has spent on building a winning program to buy players, et cetera, because Phil Knight has given Oregon so much money?
Yeah. Oklahoma State only spent around $7 million over the past 3 years. And, quote, I think Oregon spent close to $40 million last year alone. That's just 1 year. Now I might be off by a few million.
At this point, Mike, that's college football.
Welcome to 2025.
You got to spend money to win. If you're not spending money, I think you're doing it wrong. Do I agree with that? No, but them's the rules of the game.
But Oregon coach Dan Lanning wasn't taking this lying down. His response was, I'm sure UT Martin, who Oklahoma State played the previous week, maybe didn't have as much as them last week and they played. So we'll let it play out. And I sent that quote back to Will, and Will sends me back, yeah, but Gundy's a man and he's 40. It's like Will listens to the show. And that's why that's in follow-up. Have we talked about the pitch count game? on this podcast?
I don't believe so.
Are you familiar with the Greg High pitch count game?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, maybe this should be what Todd learns this week.
Okay.
So, when you're at a baseball game in person, I've never done this when I was watching a game on television, but it happens when you're at a baseball game. So, have you played the on the mound, off the mound game? Right?
I'm aware of that game.
You're aware
yes.
of the right. Okay. So similarly, so what you do is you watch the starting pitcher's pitch count, and if their pitch count at any point in the game equals the speed of the pitch that he last threw,
Okay.
you go crazy.
Okay.
Does it make any sense? No, it's not supposed to. But it doesn't happen very often. They either get knocked out,
Yeah,
because they're bad, right? Or or they'll only throw 65 or 70 pitches and only go 5 innings and then they're done, right?
Yeah.
Or they're consistently throwing 90, 91, 92, 95 and they never get there, even if they go 6 or 7 or 8 innings, right?
Right.
Because they're just throwing too hard. So anyway, this is a game that came from Greg and Sherry. I don't know if anybody else in the world plays it, but I play it. And we went to the Royals game on Saturday night when Amy and I were in Kansas City. And the visiting pitcher for the Tigers missed it by 1 mile an hour and the inning ended. I'm like, oh man. And the Royals batted then, and the Tigers batted in their half of the inning, and then Jack came back out in the top half of the next inning to pitch for the Tigers. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And he had probably 5 or 6 opportunities to hit the number, and on one of them he did. And I went, yeah. And Amy looks at me like I'm insane, but I mean, that's just any normal day. But the people in the row in front of me turned around and looked at me like I was insane, which is what I normally get when this happens anyway. But I'm taking pictures of the scoreboard and I'm texting them to Greg. And anyway, I thought I put this in follow-up because I thought, sure, we had talked about the pitch count game on this podcast before.
I don't believe so, because that does sound new to me. My thought is,
yes,
hey, Greg, you should reach out. I'm not sure to who, probably to some broadcasters. When I hear there's a game to be played, what I think of immediately is there's a monetization opportunity there. You got your Taco Bell, you got your what I don't even know what you would call it. The speed count game, count speed. I don't know, whatever, right? And basically you tell everybody, hey, everybody, if the pitcher throws, if the pitch count equals the miles per hour thrown, everybody wins a free taco. Then the crowd would go nuts.
Absolutely.
Taco Bell would, everybody would be like, I just want a free taco. I just want a free taco, right? People would just lose it if they got a free taco, right? Or whatever. Like, this could become a thing. It just needs to have money tied to it. Nazis, but let's stick with the money for now.
Let's
try the money first.
Is it the Knicks? If they score 111 points, everybody gets free fries or something? I don't know.
Oh,
but yeah, it's that kind of thing. Yeah. What was the guy in Milwaukee for the Brewers, when the Brewers win 14 games straight, something happens.
You watch a lot more baseball than I do.
There was.
I think if the I know what it is. Oh, I know what you're thinking about. If Milwaukee wins 14 games straight, the Cubs drop 7 games behind.
That's what it is. Yes. That's how that works. Didn't used to be like that. But for the last 15 years or so, it has. I still can't remember that Milwaukee's in the National League. So, where were we? Oh, and thirdly, I had under follow-up.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's that time of year again. Football starts on Thursday, and the watchful eyes of toddler number 6 sent me the list of the price of hot dogs in every stadium in the league.
Okay.
Todd, do you know which team, which stadium sells the most expensive hot dog in the league and how much?
I know who sells the least expensive hot dog.
Okay.
That's
That was
Atlanta.
That was question number 2. Do you know how much?
$2.50.
$2.
$2.
Thanks,
Dang.
Eli.
The most expensive. We'll say the Rams at $9.50.
The Rams came in at $10, and they are third on the list. Tied with the Chargers. Cost the same, Chargers or Rams, $10.
Same stadium, same owner.
Same stadium, same owner.
Owner of the stadium. So yeah, that makes sense.
Right. If you're curious, Jets and Giants are both $8.50.
Yeah.
According to this list.
Okay. All right. So, well, we've ruled out 5 teams. So I have
6.
I have a one.
You've ruled out 6.
Atlanta, LA, the other LA, New York, the other New York.
Oh, that's 5.
Yeah. So I have a 1 in 27 chance now.
Sure.
Okay. I went with who has the most expensive stadium that they're paying off, therefore needs to raise the price of stuff. Most expensive hot dog in the NFL.
Remember who sent this in?
Who sent that in?
Toddler number 6.
The Bills can't have the most although they are building a new stadium. They're building a new stadium. They don't even have it. They don't have the money to finish it.
At $11.25. It's the Buffalo Bills. Paying off that stadium one hot dog at a time.
I'll tell you what, people refer to the fans as the Bills Mafia, but I'm pretty sure if you're charging $11.20 for hot dogs that people can't go someplace else to buy, I think I know who the Bills Mafia is.
The note, this came from our Buffalo Bills. This is a Reddit thread. The price of a hot dog at every NFL stadium. Wonder why it's so expensive in Buffalo. My thought was because they're made out of real buffalo. But I think you're right. I think it's because they're having to pay off a new stadium. The average price in the NFL this year? $7.02.
And 2 cents.
And 2 cents because it's the average.
Yeah.
Your Broncos, above or below that average, Todd?
We'll say above.
Bears are above at $7.86. The Broncos at the bargain basement price of $5. Congratulations.
They probably get all their hot dogs from Walmart.
That makes sense. Yep. And they're still doing okay on the hot dogs if they're getting them from Walmart because they only cost $0.25 a piece.
Yeah.
So, Okay, so those were the 3 pieces of follow-up that I brought. How about you?
We've covered Waymos a lot. However, this last week in The Verge, there was a story into the headline, "Why do Waymos keep loitering in front of my house?"
Oops.
It starts with, when a Waymo pulls up and parks in front of her home on a residential street in West Los Angeles, 10-year-old Morgan rushes to the window. "The Waymo's home," she says, calling out to her parents, Lisa and Zach. It's by no means the first time a Waymo has come home to this particular spot. Last year, Waymo dropped off Lisa and Zach after coming home from New Year's Eve and then just stayed there for a few minutes. Okay, that's interesting. But since then, they've noticed that Waymos keep going to that exact same spot day after day, sometimes for minutes, sometimes for hours. They even pointed out there are 2 spots in front of their house that the Waymos park in. If those 2 spots are filled and the next spot is open, it just moves on. The Waymos have 2 spots, just 2, that they like to sit in. And it turns out they're not the only ones. They also talk about somebody who's in Phoenix who Waymos park around the corner from their house. Again, there's 2 spots that they park on the street. If those are filled, even if the rest of the street's open, the Waymos keep moving. When asked, Waymo, why do they do this? And here's the part that we all need to be just really, we need to understand what is happening and what is coming for us. When asked, Waymo says, we don't know. The cars make their own decisions.
I am terrified right now.
Now, a computer science professor that the man said is, while it's true that they basically said, hey, Waymos know where things are popular, like where they normally pick up. And then, so they try to stay close to where they think they will get calls for them and all of this things. But how they choose their off time and like, we have no idea. Like they just completely, and the computer science professor said, while they may not know exactly why, they do know the inputs. They know how they told them, evaluate this, evaluate that. But according to Waymo, I don't know. Cars do what the cars do. I can't tell you why they're in front of your house. I can't tell you when they will be there. Cars just do their own thing. Do you want to get in it and have it go 60, 75 miles an hour? Take you? Are you cool? It just does its own thing. I don't know.
I have thought that would be really cool. I'm starting to feel less so.
Hey, why did you do what you did? I don't know. It's a car. I don't know. Tell you what, if that's the case, if I find out that one of the cars is named Kevin, I'm definitely not getting in it.
Nope.
Nobody knows what Kevin does. I hear that. Seems to be a problem in most industries.
Is the lady that's allowing you to name the cars still available? Is she still doing that? If so, at this point, we desperately need to name a car Kevin.
I don't know. I will see if I can find out. I know at one point they threw like a pizza party to say I'm sorry to everybody in that building. So I don't know if she took that camera down. I'm just going to get some weird stuff now. Hey, I'm going to Google, can you still name Waymos?
Should we let's do,
Dwayne's never going to guess it.
Who, me?
Never ever going to guess it.
I don't know.
No, Dwayne's never going to guess it.
Yas Queen?
Never ever going to guess it.
That's right. That sound means it's time for Dwayne Guess a Number, America's favorite game. I play that theme. I put together the rundown, and yet every time I get to it in the rundown, it surprises me that we're playing this game again.
It does seem weird. You'd think you would know by now.
You would think so. Okay, Hit me.
All right. Hey, welcome to Auction Week here on Talking to Todd. There were a couple of auctions that made news that are adjacent to the Talking to Todd universe. And so, Dwayne, I'm going to have you, I'm trying to be upfront. It's Dwayne Guess numbers, but I'm trying to get how many numbers just so that people are aware. So, Dwayne, there's going to be 3 numbers, I believe, at least, maybe more, that you're going to get to guess. So,
okay.
Within the last 2 weeks, a first generation iPod sealed in a never opened box was sold at auction. Dwayne, how much did R&R Auctions sell a first generation iPod sealed never opened box for? I will also tell you because it did come with it came with the white earbuds too. Right? Because this is when Apple gave you stuff.
Gave you stuff along with and a cable and a plug, probably.
Yeah, and this would have been a FireWire cable because the first one had the big FireWire port on top. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Not even a 16 pin connector. It was a
That 30, the dock connector came later, I believe.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Vintage.
Yep.
New in box. $8,000?
It went for more than that. Let me tell you this. It set a record.
Okay.
And the previous record was set, they believe, not all of these are tracked super well, but whatever. The apparent record prior to this was in 2023 when one went for $29,000.
Oh, okay. So more than that.
That's how records work. Yes.
Yes.
Just make a note of that one.
Yep. 35 grand?
It went for $40,264.
Wow. Somebody's got money to burn.
Herein lies the problem, though.
Yes.
You just paid $40,000 for a first generation, brand new, sealed, never opened box. If you open it,
it immediately loses its value.
It immediately becomes worth a couple of $100, maybe at most.
Let me ask you this, Todd.
Yeah.
You got the end of the cable that plugs into the iPod. What's on the opposite end? Is there even a port on my computer that I could plug it into?
Oh, hey, good news. If I believe, so I'm almost 100% positive that it's a FireWire port. You can get a series for the next couple of weeks. You can get a series of adapters that you could plug into any of your modern Macs. Now, it's going to take a couple of dongles. You can...
A couple of them.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You are going to have to convert it a couple of times. You will be able to plug it into your existing current Macs and it will show up on the desktop and you can transfer music to it. I say for a couple of weeks because Mac OS 26, which will probably be released maybe in September, maybe in October, ends support for FireWire drivers. So even if you had all of the cables and the dongles, the computer still won't recognize the port. So if you're thinking about this, don't upgrade your OS. But yes, there would be a way for you to plug it into your current computer.
For now.
By the way,
or plug it in, or plug it into my old MacBook Pro, the Intel version. I could still run off of that. Yeah.
Yes, as long as you don't upgrade that to Mac 26. By the way,
good news for me, it can't take it.
There you go. Boom. This iPod was introduced in October of 2001. That's when it was introduced.
I think I've got an old white MacBook. I think I've got an old white MacBook from 2008 that I could probably run it on.
Sweet. Okay. All right. All right. Well, now we're welcome to This Old Tech Hour. Okay. So now
excuse me, just a second. Could you hear that noise? Okay. Well, that's fantastic. That's good to know. That noise means that I got the question wrong. So there you go. Okay. By the way, that's 2. It's going to be one of those nights. God, I can't wait to edit this.
Yep. That, however, that price of $40,000 does not equal the price for an original iPhone in a sealed, unopened box. It looks like a 4 gigabyte original iPhone in 2023 sold for a then record price. And I don't think it's been exceeded since then. So if the iPod was $40,000, Dwayne, how much did somebody pay for a sealed never opened original iPhone in a box in 2023?
Probably more than that. $110,000?
We're going to want to go up from there.
Really? Again, people have too much money. $250,000? Too high.
You overshot. It went for $190,373.
It's the $73 that broke the bank.
Pushed him over the edge. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I was willing to go to $190,370. But then it got too rich for my blood. Okay. All right. One more number for you, because that's Apple products. Those are cute. That's a limited market. However, in the same week that iPod sold for $40,000, the Holy Grail Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant sports card that had a piece of game-worn jersey from both of them and was signed by each of them went on sale.
Yes.
How much did this piece of cardboard with a bit of fabric and some blue Sharpie sell for?
I saw this article too, and if I could remember the number, I'd play a bell. $6 million?
We're going to want to move that up.
Dang. I absolutely cannot remember. Like double it? $12 million?
You know what? I'll let you give yourself a bell that I can't. You could give yourself a bell. I'm not going to be able to hear it anyway. So
What's the real number?
$12,932,000.
Closer to 13 million, but whatever.
That surpassed the previous record, which was set in August of 2022 for a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card, which sold for $12.6 million. So,
I knew it broke the Mickey Mantle record. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all the Apple nerds are over here spending 5, maybe 6 digits on original products. Meanwhile, sports card collectors are like, hold my beer. 13 million.
How much do you think my George Brett bobblehead is worth? It's him running out onto the field with
I was going to say it's probably worth about 16 inches of pine tar.
Yes, that's exactly what it's worth. Not 17, 16. Because that's important. Oh, nice. Okay, so where were we? Oh, it's time for the Scott Frost Memorial Idiot of the Week.
Yeah, what did you bring?
I took this picture here in Norwalk. And this is the sign at the Arby's in Norwalk.
Okay.
And Todd, what does it say?
Well, okay, so they've got their sign, and then they have like a dot matrix like road construction sign next to it. Now, their regular sign says Arby's, but I have a feeling that's not what you're interested in.
No.
The one next to it says Lowkey or cordon bleu slaps.
And I can guarantee you that it does not. I haven't tried it. I'm just telling you, if we have reached the point where Arby's is using the slang low key or slaps, or God forbid, both of them on the same sign, and I kid you not, that sign has been up there like that for at least the past 3 weeks. It changes, right, as it scrolls through other things that it says, but it regularly tells me that low key their cordon bleu slaps. but I had not been going past it or stopped at the stoplight right by the Arby's at a red light when it happened to be up there. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, great. At least I can take this picture and talk about how stupid the locals at Arby's are for trying to tell me that low key their cordon bleu slaps, because I can guarantee you that it does not.
I was more thinking, wonder how far up the chain that message got for sign off. And my guess is not far.
Nope. Hey, Corbin, what do you think of that? Works for me.
Hey, Ethel, you ever slapped a cordon bleu sandwich? I don't think that's right.
Is it fresh? Maybe that's why they're posting that? Is because their cordon bleu is so fresh, it's getting slapped.
And yet you stopped, took a picture of it, put it on your podcast. Do you have a podcast?
Well, yes, I do.
And we're giving them, it worked.
It did. We've talked about it for almost 3 minutes now.
Yeah. So, congratulations.
My idiots of the week, the staff at Arby's in Norwalk. What'd you bring?
So, while we were all gearing up for NFL fantasy draft and getting ready for the start of the football season, the hard to kind of say what this is, sort of transfer deadline for most of European football was was on Monday for a lot of European football, including English football. So a lot of players have been moving in the last week or so. Anyway, this one came across the line that Fabio Silva left Wolverhampton Wolves and joined Borussia Dortmund on August 29th. And he said in a heartfelt message on Instagram, "When I arrived at Wolves, I did so full of ambition, dreams, and a desire to make my mark. I know I didn't live up to expectations, but football and life are about more than numbers or moments on the pitch." Then he goes on. Okay. Nice. Okay. Sorry it didn't work out here. Thank you. Whatever. Kristanis Uche, a few days later, 2 days later, left Gentov, and when he moved to Crystal Palace, he posted on his Instagram, "When I arrived at Gentov, I did so full of ambition, dreams, and a desire to make my mark. I know I didn't live up to expectations, but football and life are about more than numbers or moments on the pitch." Continued Uke, "During my time here, I grew, learned, and above all, discovered the true meaning of family. That's what Gentov gave me. From day one, the people at this club made sure I never lacked support." Let's back up 5 days to Silva. "During my time here, I grew, learned, and above all, discovered the true meaning of family. That's what Wolves gave me. From day one, the people at this club made sure I never lacked support." Closing sentence.
Yes.
From Fabio, "I will always be a fan of this club. Thank you, Wolves, with all of my heart." 5 days later, Uche, "I will always be a fan of this club. Thank you, Gentov, with all of my heart." Heartfelt messages.
Do they by chance have the same agent or
That was the
PR
first
firm?
That was the first thing that went through my head, and I haven't been able to track down who their representatives are as of broadcast time. But, woo boy. Okay. It's either the same agent or it's, "Hey, ChatGPT, I'm a player that just got traded. Give me a message. Here's one you might like to try. Just fill in the blank." So anyway, Fabio and Kristanis, thank you so much for your heartfelt messages of support. I am glad that each of you learned. I'm glad that each of you, quote, grew, learned, and above all, discovered the true meaning of family.
Well, to be fair, Fabio didn't write the books. He was just on the covers.
Yeah. Look, look, I'm not paid to write Instagram posts. I'm either paid to put the ball in the back of the net or stop the ball from getting in the back of the net, depending on my position. Anyway, there you go. I will say
It's
this.
touching. I tell you, I'm going to need to save that message if I ever retire from anything.
Just anything at all.
Yes. Yeah.
By the way, I now know what to post on our Facebook page after our last episode.
Quick travel story.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went to Kansas City. Amy and I went to Kansas City for Labor Day weekend. Have you driven in Kansas City a lot?
Not a ton recently. No.
I mean, I know the people complain about the highway system in a lot of places.
Yes.
But it's like the engineers in Kansas City took a pan of spaghetti and threw it on the map and decided that that's how we're going to build our roads.
Little confusing, was it?
At least half the exits are on the left, for starters.
And hey, that's a Des Moines thing.
That's right. Don't be messing with us.
That's the one. I mean, you got rid of it, but for a long time, Des Moines, the exit's on the left.
Exits on the left. That's right. There are roads that you get on the exit thinking that it's going to lead you to the highway, and it leads you to a downtown street. There are cars, there are apartments on the street next to the exit ramp, and people park their cars on the street that is the exit ramp. There are designated parking spots there. This is intentional. And I'm like, sweet Lord. I will tell you, Irish Fest downtown Kansas City was a lot of fun. But getting there and getting back from it, I wish there was better public transportation for a lot of reasons. But yeah.
What you really needed was a Waymo.
Not sure that would have helped.
Because here's the thing. Designated parking place on the on-ramp. Waymo's fine with that. It can park, it can go. It can do whatever it needs to do.
So what have you been watching this week?
So yeah, Dwayne saw the second item. So we covered in July, we watched the Tour de France on Peacock. Well, the Tour de France is one of the three big multi-week bike race, staged bike races on the calendar. There's the Giro d'Italia, which I believe happens in June, the Tour de France, which happens in July, and then the Vuelta in Spain, which happens at the end of August and into September. The Vuelta started last week, and so every night we have been watching the half-hour recap from Peacock on YouTube to catch up on. It turns out, by the way, there's other bike races than the Tour de France. So anyway, we've been watching more bike racing.
Was there pie?
They don't stop for pie as much as you would think. So I don't even know what they're doing. They're doing it wrong.
Clearly.
Okay. Dwayne, fun fact. Where did the Vuelta of España is basically the Tour of Spain-ish. Like that's kind of what it is. What country did the first 4 days take place in?
Portugal?
Italy.
Oh.
Sure. Why not? Anyway, so that's got 2 more weeks. That is also 21 days of bike racing through the Pyrenees and all sorts of stuff. The other thing we watched, however, I'm not recommending that. That's just what we're watching. The other one I am going to recommend on Netflix is the Thursday Murder Club. This is based off of a series of books. Big cast of, there are 4 retirees spend their times solving cold case murders. But when a murder happens in their place, they now need to solve it. It's kind of like Only Murders in the Building,
Yes.
but in England with 4, not 3.
And they're
However,
all old. There isn't a millennial in the mix.
correct. But here's the cast. Tell me if you're interested in this. Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, and Celia Imrie. And you think, who is Celia Imrie? In The Diplomat, the woman, the woman in the shadows, kind of the far conservative.
Yeah.
That's her.
Okay. I think I need to start watching this.
Supporting cast members: David Tennant, Jonathan Pryce, and directed by Chris Columbus.
Oh, well, sign me up for that in a heartbeat. Yeah.
This is so good. It is so good. Anyway, highly recommend if you're into, like, you get a bunch of older British actors together. You get Chris Columbus. Like, I know how to do this stuff.
Yep.
It is fun. It's good. These people know how to act and do it very, very well. Anyway, as a matter of fact, we had finished and we're like, wonder when the next one's coming out. Okay, they just finished this one. It's a movie. But yes, we're ready for the next one in the books. Also, by the way, because you like a few British game show type things, turns out the books are written by Richard Osman. I don't know if that name rings a bell. I'm sure if you took a look, he has hosted Two Tribes, Richard Osman's House of Games, and he's been on Would I Lie to You? He's been on a bunch of...
Oh, then I would recognize him. Yeah,
you would recognize him. And you're like,
I watch that stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And then you're like, wait, he also wrote Retiree Murder Mysteries?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. It's on Netflix now. Highly recommend. What about you? What are you watching?
Well, it's good because we're looking for something else to pick up now that Countdown on Prime, I think it's on Prime. Countdown is just aired its season finale. So now we're looking for something else there. Have we talked about Countdown on here?
I don't think so.
Okay. This is a...
is this the British Countdown?
Nope.
No.
This is a federal task force assigned to solve a thing. And it's set in Los Angeles. And it's been rolling out, once a week for the last, 10 or 12 weeks. But they aired the season finale here, and we watched it. That's what Amy and I watched right before we came in. It is pretty intense. It's funny in spots. It's a good police thriller kind of thing. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
So there's that. I came back to the hotel in Kansas City from playing golf, and Sail GP was on the TV.
Okay.
Because this is a really dead time, apparently, for CBS. For CBS before football starts, because CBS was broadcasting it. Yep. So we watched a little bit of that. And then last night, we watched Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Which is Thunderbolts with an asterisk.
Yes.
Did you see this?
No.
Do not. Do not. I mean, you complain about the Thor 2 and the Doctor Strange 2 and, don't waste your time. Don't.
Oh, so it's a now typical Marvel movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Some of them are better than others. This is one of them that all of those are better than. About halfway through. Amy, are you enjoying this? Well, I'm kind of committed now. I guess I'd like to see where it goes. Kind of. And then it gets to the end and I'm like, wow, that was a really long walk for that. She's like, boy, I'm glad we didn't pay to go see that in the movie theater. Again, it's not what we're recommending. It's what we're watching. It's a different segment. What are we recommending is a different segment.
Yes.
It's not this.
We watch it so you don't have to.
That's what we do around here. That's right. Did you learn anything this week?
I did. I got an email from our local ski resort. So locals doing some lifting there. It's the closest ski resort to us.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep. I mean, it is our local. It's the closest one. Anyway, Dwayne, I'm going to send you this email, and I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions from this.
You're cute that you think my internet can manage this. Okay.
Okay. So what begins this weekend?
Oktoberfest.
Yes. Oktoberfest begins this weekend. And then Dwayne, at the top of the yellow, can you please tell me when I could partake in Oktoberfest at our local ski resort?
At the Bryan Head Resort, it's every Saturday and Sunday from September 6th through September 21st. Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest begins on September 6th and ends promptly, I believe it's 7:30 on September 21st.
Raise a stein to Utah's highest Oktoberfest. My guess is those setting the dates were Utah's highest.
I'm just saying what I learned was apparently September is October. Or October is September. Or
Oktoberfest keeps coming around earlier and earlier every year.
There you go. You know what? That is exactly what I learned. Man, September 6th. I can't believe it's time for Oktoberfest. Yeah, neither can the Germans. So anyway, that's what I learned this year. How about you this week? How about you? What did you learn?
So I could have put this under follow-up, but I didn't. I think, was it 2 weeks ago? I talked about how Missouri is awash in Buffalo Trace. Like every store I went to had a Buffalo Trace display.
Everywhere. Just everywhere.
Yep. Coming out of their ears.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the things that Amy and I did when we were in Kansas City was we went to a whiskey tasting at Irish Fest that was hosted by Jameson and the Jameson distributor. And there were probably, 12 or 14 people in this tasting. It was 8:00 on Sunday night. It was the last one they were doing for the entire festival. And so anyway, so we sampled a new Jameson pour. They did cocktail tasting. So they mixed these cocktails for us, and 3 different, a Redbreast product and 2 different Jameson products. And so when we were done, we were standing around drinking our cocktails and talking to the Jameson distributor. And he was, talking, and we were talking about the difference because he covers Missouri, but then he also covers a little bit of Kansas. And then he has also worked in Nebraska and in Iowa. And we were talking about the difference in alcohol distribution. And every one of those 4 states has a different method of alcohol distribution, because in Missouri, all it does is go to the distributor, and the distributor sells it to the retailer, and off you go, right? And in Iowa, it has to go to the state liquor warehouse before it can go anywhere else, and blah, blah, blah. And Kansas is totally separate, different than that. And anyway, so we were talking about this.
In Nebraska, it goes to a guy named Doug, who has to check it in.
Each bottle individually.
Yeah.
Sometimes he checks more of the bottles than he doesn't.
Yeah.
And so Dave, the Jameson distributor, and we were talking about this and how we can't get anything that we really want. And how in Missouri you can get all kinds of stuff, and stuff is just everywhere. I'm like, yeah, Buffalo Trace is everywhere. And he said, do you know why that is? And I said, no. And what I learned this week is that Missouri is a test market for Buffalo Trace and just allowing retailers to order as much Buffalo Trace as they want and see how much you can sell. It's the only place they're doing this, as far as I know. But when I walked into the Hy-Vee in Liberty, there was a huge display of 1.75 liters and a whole bunch of 750s, and then the little baby ones and a whole bunch of them, and then a whole nother pallet sitting in the aisle of Buffalo Trace. And you can just order as much as you want just to see how much the market will bear. And in Missouri, you can do that. And there's no limit in Missouri on purchasing Buffalo Trace. And I'm like, really? No limit? I mean, there's only so many bottles I can get in my truck.
True. And there's technically a limit on how many bottles you can cross the border with.
Technically.
However, there isn't a limit to how much you can consume in the state.
Well, I think technically there's a limit there as well, because at some point you're no longer able to consume. But I'm like, so it's an interesting test that's going on in Missouri, particularly, as they've, I don't know if we talked about this, but the Buffalo Trace distillery itself got flooded this spring because the river overflowed, and now Buffalo Trace itself is flooding the market in Missouri just to see what the market will bear.
I'm going to say, though, I'm a little disappointed in you, because when Dave was it?
Yeah.
Said, do you know why that is? You didn't go back, well, it's either money or Nazis, and then just wait until he responds. Because to be completely honest, I would expect the answer is money. But then again, you don't know what Dave knows.
Absolutely fair point. The music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. You can subscribe to our award-winning podcast with visiting scholar Todd Prinz wherever you get your pods. Just search Talkin' and the number 2. There's no G and no space. You can stop by and see us at the Tuba City home office. Please don't do that. Thanks to our listeners, our sponsors, and our contributors. We appreciate you. And as always, you can send us your feedback on this episode or any episode to feedback@talkingtotodd.com. Todd?
Hey, Gemini, what does low-key or cordon bleu slaps mean? Low-key or cordon bleu slaps is a modern slang expression that means, quote, the chicken cordon bleu is really good, though it's being understated. Here's a breakdown of the terms. Low-key. The word functions as an adverb, meaning to a small or limited extent. It downplays the statement which follows, suggesting that praise is casual and not an over-the-top declaration. Slaps. The slang verb means, quote, to be excellent, impressive, or highly enjoyable, close quote. It is a very positive endorsement, especially common in contexts involving food, music, or experience. In essence, the speaker is giving a strong positive review of the cordon bleu while using a casual, understated tone. Thanks, Gemini.
I'm not sure any of that helps.
No, but I'm guessing that same search has been performed in Norwalk more than once.
The hell does this mean? If I type that in, I wouldn't get past LOW before Google would prompt me. Is this what you're looking for?
Trending in your area. Followed quickly by slapping chicken. No, that's not it.
No,
that's not. No, don't do that.
Oh, we're probably going to have something we need to clean up next week. Till then, we're here. We're talking to Todd.
Best way to kill current slang is to start putting definitions around it. Excuse me, what is that? What does that mean? Actually, that's the second best way. The first way to kill it, especially your kids' slang, is to start using it extensively in front of them. That will stop it immediately.
Yes, Queen.